Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari says he will do all within his means to support President Akufo-Addo in the fight against corruption in Ghana. Well, that statement has been trending, and the question many are asking is, considering the high speed of corruption in Nigeria, which still persists even under Buhari's government, what contribution can the Nigerian president make towards Ghana's fight against corruption? So we asked you to share your thoughts.
No, I don't agree with what he said. But Nigeria itself is a corrupt country. He has not even been able to solve his problem. How can he do that stuff for Ghana? Maybe he just said it for granted, like just for saying sake.
When I heard it, I started wondering how he was going to help Ghana. In terms of what? In terms of logistics, money, what? I can't actually understand him. Because we are in Ghana, he's in Nigeria. He hasn't actually finished dealing with his own people. And how is he coming to help us? Maybe he might try to help out with some finances. That would be okay. As for that, he's capable. But apart from that, I don't know how he's going to help Ghana.
He's also a leader in Nigeria. So with the collaboration with the Ghanaian leader, I think they can do something better.
I don't believe that Buhari has any contribution to make towards Ghana's fight against corruption, because he himself hasn't shown any steadfast strides in trying to solve his own problems. I don't know why he should even consider coming to the aid of Ghana.
All right, so let's check out what you've been saying on Facebook.
All right, so Abel Kofi says, let him fight the snake that swallowed the 36 million in his country first. Michael Ojo says, as a Nigerian, I know for sure if the looters in Ghana don't do their thing as Nigerian looters, the Nigerian leader will sure be a worthy partner of corruption fighting in Ghana. In Nigeria, some zones don't actually see anything wrong being corrupt, as they are celebrated by the immediate people by being crowned as Igwes. And them there says, Dufiasem, someone should have briefly reminded Buhari yesterday, when snakes are swallowing monies in his own country. Abu Bontra says, if a good promises you of a jaundice medicine, look at their urine. Owusu says, indirectly, Buhari is doing campaign for NDC. Oh, how? Beriokan says, no contribution after snake and elephant swallowing monies in his own country. No. Nudi Yamal says, the blind man is the best driver. Oh.
And Odishe Nanaba Kennedy Brown says, sending more gunshots to every Ghanaian so that we can shoot the thieves in Ghana. And he puts in bracket politicians. And David Ahose says he will help to reduce corruption in Ghana. Carlton Johnson says corruption, thievery, and insecurity. And I really don't get what that means. And Opokwa Jeman says they can be watchdogs against money laundering by government officials. And Prince Nuruddin Baumia says interesting times ahead. Those are very interesting comments on Facebook.
All right, but I think I need to clear it out. Clear it up, because a lot of people have taken the headline and run with it when that's not. People have misunderstood what he said, actually. Okay. So I'm going to read exactly what he said. I'm quoting him. Says, I congratulate both the government and Parliament for quick passage of the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act and its signing into law. Your Excellency can be assured that you have a good partner in me as I look forward to any form of collaboration between Nigeria and Ghana in tackling the menace of endemic corruption.
Okay,
so he's talking about a collaboration between the two countries. It could be that he's going to make information available to Ghana about people who may have stolen monies and dumped it in Nigeria.
Definitely.
In same way,
or probably
if Ghana has information on people who have got there.
He could even tap into some of their experiences. I mean, they don't have a special prosecutor, so he could tap into our own experiences to deal with corruption in this country.
So let's go easy on the Nigerian
It's all good. It's all good. So also President Akufo-Addo reaffirmed his commitment to building a Ghana beyond aid yesterday at the Black Star Square and asked you and I to be part of the agenda. But there have been calls for government to come clean on what exactly the Ghana Beyond Aid stands for? Question: how do you understand the phrase Ghana Beyond Aid, and how do you intend to support government to achieve this goal?
Ghana as a nation should be self-reliant. Besides, I think we should be able to take care of our own things when it comes to leadership and almost every facet of our national lives. The president should allow all state institutions to work. He shouldn't meddle into affairs of his political appointees. Let the law and the institutions mandated to do so carry out their constitutionally mandated duties.
My definition for Ghana Beyond Aid, I will see it like this: that Ghana being inadequate of itself, sustainability in question, that Ghana is unable to be of itself, meaning we are still dependent on other countries. So
I think the president meant, we could just send whatever we have out there in a finished product or processed product so that we have a value-added product. And that will earn us a little more than what we've been earning. And that is feasible. As for citizens, one, they need a conscientization that that is going to be done. And then secondly, I think they can also help in not trying to divert the raw material outside the country, by way of smuggle or something, so that we all process what we have in order to get them out.
Development should not just be in Ghana. Like, we are supposed to extend, like it's supposed to cross borders. Basically, that's what I really understand about it. Yeah. As usual, if you're a citizen, you're supposed to know your duties. When something is not going on right, you're supposed to make sure it turns out to be the best of it.
Well, now listening to people on the streets, I'm frightened, Israel. I mean, if this is what people understand Ghana Beyond Aid to mean, then of course, then I would agree with people calling on government to actually explain what it means to us. Let's see what you've been.
Well, government are taking up that challenge, as they will explain.
Definitely
Zu Hasfi says, this thing Ghana Beyond Aid must stop until politicians stop sending their pregnant wives abroad to give birth, until politicians stop going abroad for medical checks, treatment, until politicians stop going abroad for holidays. Okay. Abu Bonsra says, achieve his goal, he should ask the goalkeeper. Demde says, according to the president, foreign aid assistance, literally handouts, begging, etc., which normally comes with string attachment, will be nipped in the bud. Hope it isn't just a political talk. We'll be citizens, not spectators. Suleimana says it means more borrowing, because even the little we have, he has formed a big government to chop all. Committee set up paid for useless findings. Ghana at 60 yet to mold the block after receiving donations, paying to sit by him. Milestone says it means Ghana can now live within her available scarce resources to survive without any external influence.
And Abraham Dawote says he did his homework well before coming to pass. So he's only telling Ghanaians what they want to hear. What a joke. Politicians will tell you one thing and do otherwise. Yakubu Ibn Chamba says it means possibility of Ghana's independence from borrowing and serving the white man for food and policy direction. What does this mean? Quite a mouthful. Opoku Ajiman says Ghana is and should be beyond aid, and weak-minded will never get it. The aid itself do not actually touch the ground but ends up in some people's pocket. The aid itself do not contribute to any significant progress in our society. We have enough in this country to build our own prosperity. Okay, I don't quite get this one. Kwame Ajiman says Ghana beyond aid means borrowing. Okay, so that's your understanding. And Hamza Mohammed says, cheap politics, where is the so-called universal free education? Naked thieves at work. Those are very interesting comments there on Facebook. And finally, love, I know, means a lot to many people, but there has been some arguments over whether there's anything called love at first sight. Well, some people feel love is proving and does not exist at first sight, and that infatuation and lust is what happens at first sight. Several others think it actually does exist. So the question I put to you, do you believe in love at first sight?
Yes. True love can be found anywhere, you know, and you never know when you are going to see the right person. So sometimes I think it does. I really believe in it, that it can happen. You can be with someone for years and you wouldn't get to know the person that much. But there are some people that you just meet them once and then you are just okay with them.
Somehow. Some they can disappoint you, so me, I don't trust.
I believe in love at first sight because the first time you meet someone, maybe I just fall in love with the person. That's all.
Yes, I do believe it. You know, attraction comes at once. So you might see someone you really love. Maybe first sight, yes, it's true. So I believe that. So when I see you on the first day, yes, and you are attracted to me, yes, I will go for you.
Love it's not something to believe in, because maybe if I see you once concerning your eyes, later on your character may change. I can't use eyes or your beautiful ears to marry you or be in love with you, which will cause a problem later on in the future. So I believe in, even if first sight I see you and I love you, I have to keep it down and study your character first before I show it out.
Yo, interesting conversation.
The last person lost me until the very final statement. Then I was like, oh, okay, this is what you mean.
So, do you believe in love at first sight?
No, I don't.
There he goes. Let's check out what you'll be posting on Facebook.
Kojo says that's last at first sight law. And Papa Becca comes in to reply, you are right, my brother. And Toko says, spot on. People just salivate on someone's beauty and claim it's love at first sight. Chakai. Papa Becca says, it only happens in movies where the son of a president falls in love with a tomato seller for the first time. Yet to experience it. Eugene Ter says, I didn't believe in love at first sight until I received my first ever paycheck, 8,000 cedis. Believe me, I kissed the pay slip all till morning, all night till morning. Yes, that is love at first sight. Kokuminter says, never trust your eyes certain times. You may fall into wrong love. Normally, love at first sight relationship doesn't last. And Gadiel Kwabna says, it's indeed true that journalistic standards are falling into the Koli Lagoon. Because the Joy FM in the 90s is different from this one. You still haven't made your point.
And I'm lost. Okay, and Audition Another says, no, it's last that portray at first sight. And Akusio Hinepa says, no, but like at first sight instead. And then we see what up next. And Clarence Clark says, yes, I met my first girlfriend at Infantiman, and so I believe in love at first sight. T for thanks.
Whatever that
okay, so it's a love he's talking about. Apparently he's talking about what, Ove or something. And Choco Cherry Jacob says, I'm still waiting for part 2 of that movie. Which movie is that? Nanaya says, I believe in love at Kumasi. I've not gone to first sight before. And Harold Sika says, love is like a virus. It can happen to anybody at any time. Ismail Alil says, first sight, it is very possible, but can also be deceitful. And those are some very interesting comments.
By the way, it's very possible that, there is love at first sight. It probably hasn't, that bug hasn't caught me yet.
Well, I also don't believe in love at first sight.
You never know
So when someone meets me and tells me I love you, I ask, you don't even know me. How do you love me? I mean...